Hi, I'm Lizzie Francis. I'm a lecturer at Reading College. I teach on health and social care and on the childcare courses. And today I'm going to be talking about Plickers.com, which is a free downloadable app with a range of uses. The main priority is that it's a polling app, but it can be used in a number of different ways to suit different learners. So what you need to do to be able to get hold of this app, you go onto the website, plickers.com. So it's Plickers.com, and you set up an account, which takes all of 2 minutes. It's an email address that you're going to use and a memorable password, as always. Once you've done that, you are then let into the site and you are able to download a range of Plickers cards, which look like QR codes, and they have letters A, B, C, and D around the edges. This then correlates to the on-screen live website that you use. What you do with this is that when you want to use your cards, you set up a library of questions on the computer. So using it in class, you can pre-plan your questions, have them on your live computer behind your presentation or your teaching notes. The students all have their own Plickers cards, which are identified with numbers, and you register it to the website. So they don't have to necessarily know how you register it and the ins and outs of that. It can be kept confidential, which is why I use it myself. And then in class, I ask them a variety of questions using the live screen website. The students then hold their Plickers cards up with the A, B, C, or D that correlates to the answer they want to give me out of the 4 answers available. I then scan the room with my iPad using the camera, which picks up the QR codes and the answers that my students have given. Once this happens, it brings a grid up on my computer telling me what student has answered what question and what their responses are. So how I use this is with assessment for learning. So in my classes, I ask them if they understand the task, if they know what they're doing, if they need help, or if there's any other issues in the classroom. With this, once again, on the A to D scale, scan the room, and then I know where I need to focus my attention and what students need my help the most. I can then prioritize my time and my abilities to make sure that the students are always getting the help they need and the right support for them. So it's very much individual learning and promoting the individual learning as much as possible. The other thing I found that I use my Plickers for a lot is that in my level 1 classroom, my students are very low self-esteem. They're not willing always to answer in class. So how I do this and get around this is by asking them questions, once again, with the 4 possible answers, putting it on the board. And because it's completely confidential, my students can't see what each other is answering. They're more confident to answer questions, especially when it comes to maths and English, and some subject knowledge where it's right or wrong. There's no opinion sort of there available. So this really helps my students. It's, once again, free of charge. It's really cheap to download. With the cards, you can print off up to 40 at a time. They are an A4 sheet with 2 cards on. So all I simply did was laminate them and cut them in half, and they've lasted me all year. The other big advantage to this, in very green, is that I can reuse these cards year on year. So I don't have to keep buying new resources every year. I can just reset it up on my classroom with a new set of students, and it will do me until the end of time, I hope. But no, I strongly recommend Plickers. It's a really fantastic app, and I'd like you all to have a go. So thank you very much for listening to me, and yeah.
That's super. That's super. I'm glad you mentioned that self-esteem. It was kind of in my mind there about this would be really useful for some special needs teachers. You know,
Yeah.
with communications problem or autistic, Asperger's, or learning.
Yeah, no, that's one of the reasons I use it as well, because especially with my level 1s, they're very sort of unsure at first, and it helps build their confidence. Since using it, I've had a big improvement in my confidence for my level 1s.